Alright. Hey, it's been a minute. I guess you can say that I'm back. Or at least, that's the plan. Firstly, I'd like to preface that yes, it's been a long time since I've made a video and I've uploaded here, so I'd like to clarify. I'm not here to make promises of what's to come just to have none of them come to fruition because of one excuse or another. I'm here to make a commitment that I can be held accountable for. For a while, I've been wanting to make new and better video content, but almost every time, my own vanity, perfectionism, and self-doubt would get in the way of me even propping up my tripod. Whenever I did start making a video, I would then suddenly become conscious of how I sounded, what I was saying, and how I looked in almost every single frame. In summary, it wasn't a healthy mindset, obviously. And because of that, my channel became dormant. And along with it, my filming of videos and creation of video content. For those of you who don't know, I recently moved to Texas. By recently, I mean over a year ago. And since I moved away from home, I've been focusing on the talents and skills that had been previously dormant before the move. By dormant, I mean the skills that I hadn't really improved on upon like the first few steps that I took. I'd always have these friends that I could rely on for those skills. If I couldn't sing that well, then I know that a friend of mine could. If I couldn't play the guitar that well, then I know that a friend of mine could. And if I couldn't take photos better than my other friend, then I'd let them do that and then I'll do my own thing. But now things have changed. Completely different continent, completely different place, different people, and before I met those people, I was alone. So when I moved, I didn't really have those people to rely on. I didn't have the friends of mine that could do better than I could, or do the things that I couldn't. I just had myself to work with. So what happens then? The skills that I used to rely on others to do better than I could are now just skills that I can rely on myself to do. So I decided to work on my dormant skills, which were singing, playing guitar, and photography. All things that I love doing, all things that I'd done before, but they're the skills that kind of stayed in the back burner for a while, because I knew that my other friends could do it, and I could just do my own thing, like drums and filmmaking and all that. But now I'm by myself, all alone, and I have to deal with it. Over the course of my stay here in the US, I've been focusing on my photography more than my filmmaking because I realized that it was the easier thing to do. I didn't need a crew, I didn't need other people to work with, and I didn't need a cast. I just needed me, myself, and my camera. And now here I am, with a significantly improved photography skill set and an ample amount of knowledge to back it. Or at least that's what I'd like to think. Which leads me to the commitment that I'm making now, which is to make more video content consistently. This commitment to consistency is a commitment that I'm making to myself, but I'm doing this video because I want it to be publicly known, so that I can be held accountable and called out if I don't do it. So, here's my plan. I'm gonna start making video content about the things that really interest me. Specifically, and I wrote these down on my phone to be specific, photography tutorials, tips and tricks, how-tos, challenges, and opinion pieces. Cinematic vlogs where I talk about myself, my life, and what my thoughts are on certain things. And of course, short films. So, I'm committing to making, at the very least, 3 videos a month. I think that this is a safe number that will both keep me on track, but also keep me away from being burnt out. And before I go, I'd like to address the elephant in the room. For those of you who want more of my music content, I think that I'm still a bit too self-conscious about that, because I tend to scrutinize myself about every single note, every single screw-up, to the point where I really just don't end up making something that I'm happy with. By the end of filming the video, I'm just kind of pissed off that I couldn't get it right the first 3 tries. So, hopefully along this journey, I eventually gain that confidence and that comfort in front of the camera to be able to perform successfully to my own personal standards. Because at the end of the day, my greatest enemy is also my greatest ally, and that's my perfectionism. So I'm making this video to tell myself to be productive, but I'm also making this video to tell myself that my own perfectionism won't always be satisfied, and that it shouldn't get in the way. So I hope that you tune in for my photography-related content, short films, and cinematic vlogs. Until then, I'll see you next time. My name is Nicholas. Thanks for watching. See ya.